Hey, what's up guys? Aaron Bennett here. In this video, coming at you from a new undisclosed location, drinking what is probably my favorite energy drink, not sponsored. It's this Jocko energy drink, which is pretty sweet. So anyway, if you know Jocko and you want him to sponsor my videos, that would be cool because I actually like his stuff. But that's not the point of this video. Let's talk about Celsius. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the whole equity shareholder and Judge Glenn's decision about our claims against different entities. I'm going to do my best to break it all down. And in the next video, I'm going to go over the latest about filing a claim and what I am waiting for. Am I filing a claim right now, or am I going to wait a little bit longer until we get more information? So in this video, though, I will be touching on that as well. I'm just going to go over everything that's come through the docket that I think is important for us in this giant fiasco known as Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So if you have not subscribed, click that button if you want to follow Celsius content and Celsius updates. I am doing my best to bring you all the information that I think is necessary in order for you to make your own decisions and help you follow along this crazy fiasco. So the first thing I want to touch on here, which came a few days ago, and sorry it's been about a week since my last video, but the UCC today appealed Judge Glenn's decision in favor of preferred equity holders on customer claims because it was wrongfully decided and it should be corrected. And this is the appeal that came in through the docket. So long story short, what the UCC is doing is appealing what the judge said regarding the fact that customers, meaning yourself, only have claim over certain entities. So this goes into, am I going to submit a claim now, or am I going to wait until we have a little bit more information because we are waiting to see the outcome of this appeal? This says order regarding which debtor entities have liability for customer contract claims. It's very, very confusing, and I really don't want to get into all of it because it'll make your head explode. But ultimately, I'm waiting to see what the result of this appeal is. Also, a few days ago, the UCC filed this enormous document, this complaint, as they call it, that lays out causes of action against Alex Mashinsky and other insiders. It is insanely comprehensive, and it does not warrant an entire video. A lot of this is stuff that I've covered over the last few months and that the Examiner report covered. It's 135 pages though, and these are things that the quote litigation trust will be pursuing on our behalf, and as it says here, earn creditors, so most likely yourself, would receive any proceeds. So just wanted to let you know that's happening, but there's nothing you need to do regarding this. So there was more information about the Chapter 11 plan with NovaWulf, and really the question that most people want to know is what is going to happen with earn customers, or if you had your money in earn, which like 95% of us did, that did not get covered, but it will be released by, if you can see here, April 12th. So the disclosure statement will be released by April 12th, but Celsius is also still getting different bidders to see if they can do a better job than NovaWulf. So that's what is called a stalking horse bid. And again, I'm trying to simplify everything for you guys, just to kind of break it down. Basically, this entire NovaWulf plan may not even be what happens. They are getting other bids that may outbid NovaWulf and may give more money back to us. I've actually heard that better bids have come through the docket, and hopefully the UCC will do their due diligence, and if it is better, they will make sure that's the plan that gets approved. So regarding the plan, these are the different account holders. So we have the convenience class, that's people who have less than $5,000 in their account. General earn claims, that is most likely going to be you or most people watching this video. People in earn were the people making money every week, which again is like 99% of people were in earn. Next, we have the custody people, and I've talked about that in previous videos. If you had money in custody, you would have received an email by now basically saying, do you want to settle with that 72.5% payback? Withhold claims, I covered that in last video, which is a very, very, very small percentage of people. People who had loans, so there are some updates with the loan program, and I'll cover that right now pretty quickly. So retail borrowers, these are people with active loans, can receive up to 100% of their deposit claim, which I believe is the collateral, after the conclusion of the 6-year term. There's also going to be a way to prepay your loan for a fee to get your collateral back after year 3. And there's also going to be a way of making sure your collateral is in Bitcoin instead of Ethereum for another fee. So these are just some new updates for loans if you have a loan. Ultimately, though, there's nothing to do right now. We cannot vote on a plan. We are just waiting right now. The only thing we can do technically right now is file a claim, which I will cover a little bit in this video and more in the next video. So I'm going to take some time right now and go over the whole Series B intercompany claim fiasco. So this is what is happening right now, and this needs to take place before the NovaWulf plan can be approved, and I will cover that right now. So there are timestamps. If you just want to not listen to this, you don't have to, but I think it's important if you want to know what's happening. So essentially, Series B preferred holders, these people, and actually the UCC, want this intercompany claim or this loan between two different entities, which I'll cover in a second, to be estimated because the accounting was so bad, we actually don't know how much this claim was. And this affects if people who have equity in the company will actually get any money back. So let me read through this preliminary statement. This is coming from the equity holders. The debtors, meaning Celsius, proposed a Chapter 11 plan on the premise that the Series B preferred holders, quote, shall not receive any distribution, either by the existence of an intercompany claim between Celsius Network Limited, this is the parent company that Alex Mashinsky still has a large stake in, and Celsius Network LLC, which falls under Celsius Network Limited, or that there is what's called substantive consolidation of Celsius Network Limited and Celsius Network LLC. So essentially what they're saying is Celsius and NovaWulf are saying that the equity shareholders are not going to get any money back because there is this claim between two entities, and or they are going to substantively, I hate that word, consolidate both entities, the Celsius Network Limited and the LLC company. Essentially, that would mean treating them as one entity. It says here whether or not the court is going to allow the substantive consolidation of CNL, which is Celsius Network Limited, and the LLC company will be considered in connection with confirmation of the plan. So it's very important to understand if these will go through before the plan with NovaWulf can be confirmed. Thus, the feasibility of this NovaWulf plan may depend on the existence and amount of this claim between CNL and the LLC. So this all ties in again to why the UCC and the judge said that every customer, meaning yourself, may want to file a claim. And I'll get to more of this later in the video and in following videos. But this all basically connects. The judge basically said that we just have claims against Celsius Network LLC and not Celsius Network Limited, but we can still file what are called non-contract claims for things like fraud and mismanagement and misconduct and all of these things, which I'll cover later in this video and also in the future video, against all of the entities, because there are, 6, 7, 8 entities that fall under Celsius Network. And again, very, very confusing, but just follow me through this document. It'll make more sense. So on October 5th of 2022, this feels like forever ago, about, 6 months ago or so, Celsius Network Limited, or CNL, this is the parent company, this is like the top of the food chain company, scheduled an unsecured intercompany loan owed to Celsius Network LLC, that is the company that we have claims against, in the amount of approximately $9 billion. But on February 16th, so this is 2 months ago, the debtors, meaning Celsius, reported that this claim is nearly $6 billion less than what it was back in October. So now they're saying the claim is around $3.5 billion. So I've heard some people talk about how can they mess up this bad, where they say there was a $9 billion intercompany loan and then it went to $3.5 billion. That's huge. That's a big accounting error. They go into maybe why that what happened. It could be fraudulent, it could be negligence, it could just be horrible accounting, which the examiner did say that they had, but ultimately that's not the point of this video, and I don't want to confuse you anymore. So what the equity people and the UCC want is the court, meaning the judge, basically to estimate how large this intercompany loan is. And they give a timeline of when they want all this evidence to be presented to the court, and they want this hearing to be June 16th. So unfortunately, this does push things a little bit farther into the future. And this does need to be figured out because this really has an effect on whether any plan, or especially this one with NovaWulf, can be confirmed. Because this plan with NovaWulf assumes that the equity holders are not going to get any distribution, that the intercompany loan either won't give the equity shareholders any money, or that there will be what's called substantive consolidation, which means they're essentially combining the two entities to be treated as one. And here, just to sum up what I was just saying, confirmation of the plan with NovaWulf will require a determination of the intercompany claim between Celsius Network Limited and Celsius Network LLC, how much money Limited owes LLC essentially, to allow the court to conclude whether this plan meets the requirements of the bankruptcy code. So in the next motion, we have the UCC also wanting to work out this intercompany claim and have it estimated like what the equity shareholders want as well. So I'll go through some of the same information in this motion just to help you understand it a little bit better. They start out saying on March 9th, 2023, this court ruled that account holders' contract claims, so that would be your contract claims under the terms of use, are against only Celsius Network LLC and not against Celsius Network Limited. So that, again, is where all of this commotion started about, oh my gosh, does everybody need to file a claim? Because, again, on March 9th, the court ruled that our claims, customers' claims, your claims under the terms of use are only against the LLC and not the limited company. As the court noted, however, certain claims and causes of action, including this intercompany claim by the LLC against the limited company, which is called the intercompany claim, could, quote, increase recoveries for LLC's customers, and you are a customer of the LLC. So the UCC is wanting to estimate the intercompany claim because this will avoid undue delay in these cases. So both the UCC and the equity shareholders want to present evidence to figure out how large this claim is. It went from $9 billion to $3.5 billion. And because of really, really crappy records by Celsius, which I'll get to in a moment, we actually don't know exactly the size of this claim. Now, again, I've heard some people say this could be incredibly fraudulent and there needs to be more due diligence into this, which is what both the equity holders and the UCC are wanting. And here it talks about how ridiculous the accounting was at Celsius. It says the intercompany claim statement described an, quote, enormous volume of historical intercompany transactions and severe deficiencies in intercompany record keeping. Another quote, they did not record intercompany transactions at all. So Celsius was a giant cluster F, if you know what I'm saying. And this is just another example of it. And this is holding back getting our money out. Essentially, the equity holders have been fighting for their interests as well. And they feel like they were misrepresented as well when they invested in the company. So I don't believe that there is one that is right or wrong. Unfortunately, there is just a pie, and we have a lot of people trying to get as much as they can from the pie. Usually when a company goes under, the equity shareholders, they get zero because you are betting on the performance of the company. But because there were misrepresentations by the officers and management to the equity shareholders, there's just a lot of chaos going on. So that is part of what we're doing here. So I just covered this in the other document, but I'll say it again. On March 9th, this court issued the customer claims decision, which found that Celsius customers, meaning yourself, can assert contract claims under the terms of use solely against the LLC and not against Celsius Network Limited or any other Celsius entity. And when and if you decide to file a claim, you will be able to file a claim against all of the entities, which I'll show you what that means probably in the next video. But this is very important here. The court noted, meaning the judge noted, however, that certain claims and causes of action, including the intercompany claim, quote, could reduce or eliminate entirely any recovery for the Series B preferred equity holders. Thus, determining the amount of this intercompany claim is a key issue for progressing these cases towards a resolution. So what they're saying is how large this intercompany claim is could, quote, reduce or eliminate entirely any recovery for the Series B equity holders. So how I understand it from a caveman's point of view is that if the loan is small enough, or if there is no loan, for example, then the equity shareholders don't need to essentially pay back money to the LLC company. The equity shareholders have title over the limited company, which is the parent company, the company that Alex Mashinsky and I believe Daniel Leon hold a majority stake in, which is effing ridiculous. Don't get me started on that. So the size of the loan between the limited company and the LLC company will determine, again, quote, could reduce or eliminate entirely any recovery for the equity shareholders. So that's the fight right now. How big is this loan? Going through the arguments, the UCC says this intercompany claim must be estimated. They give all of this documentation as to why, and there is this timeline which goes, unfortunately, all the way to mid-June to figure out how large this intercompany claim is and if the equity shareholders will get anything back. So this is where we are at right now, and I just wanted to explain all of that to you. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense about the delay and what's going on here. So when will this be talked about before the court and the judge? On April 18th. So we have to wait another 12 days before we hear anything more about this. So that is basically it for this whole intercompany loan fiasco. And I'll finish the video with this tweet from NovaWulf from today, April 6th. It says, on March 31st, the debtors, meaning Celsius, filed the joint Chapter 11 plan of reorganization. This is a longer form document that reflects the plan term sheet, and I did cover that in this video, just going over a little bit more about their plan. They do say that they wanted to file the disclosure statement by the end of last month, but they pushed that out to April 12th, which I covered a little bit earlier in this video. So hopefully, if there's not any more delays, by April 12th, we will know for this NovaWulf plan how much liquid crypto people in Earn will get back. Ultimately, that's what most people are asking me, which is the biggest question. How much freaking crypto am I going to get back, and when? They say that this disclosure statement will include significant details on projected recoveries by class at the current market prices. So that would be like how much Earn will get back. Also, they'll talk about the business plan for the new co and also how we are going to vote on this. So NovaWulf still wants to win this bid, and honestly, at this point, I just want out of Chapter 11, and I just want people to get back as much money as possible. But why all this stuff with the equity shareholders and the intercompany loans and the claims matters is because the plan with NovaWulf assumes that equity holders are not going to get back any money. The mining will fully be owned by the creditors because that is a big part of the new company. So all of these things are happening at the same time, and I didn't cover much about the claim process. I'll touch on that in the next video, because while they are dealing with the intercompany loan and all of this craziness, NovaWulf is trying to get their plan approved by regulators and the SEC. So guys, I will end this video right now, but I got to shill hardware wallets. It's what I do. I think I make 10% if you buy a hardware wallet. These are ledgers. This is a Ledger Nano X. This is a little capsule to store it. And these are important to get your coins off of exchanges, get your coins out of exchanges. This is where you can essentially store your seed phrase in a way where an earthquake or a fire will not damage it. It's a way to basically securing your net worth. Unless you want to memorize it in your head, you can do so, or you can store it somewhere like this. So there's a link below for the Ledger devices. I get 10%, whoop-de-doo. you get a way of taking your crypto out of exchanges and storing it so you hold the keys. Also, I Trust Capital, you've seen it in these videos. I am using it for my IRA, my individual retirement account. If you live in the United States, you can use them to transfer a retirement account or start a retirement account, and you have until the 18th to contribute to an IRA, an individual retirement account. So link below if you want to set one of those up with iTrust. Other than that, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you are a Celsius creditor. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.